YouTube's a goddamn deal, man. It's one of the only Pappy. And we are back with another video. Let's talk real quick. Let's talk. There was a video I came across on TikTok, and it's titled, Do not join the military. No branch ever. So this lady goes on like this 4-minute rant about her experience in the military. The Army, to be exact. Red flag number one. Throughout this video and throughout her 6 years, she don't have not one positive thing to say about the military, the Army to be exact. You know what I'm saying? Now, she goes on and makes some serious allegations. You know, I don't know nothing. I don't know how they get down in the Army. But I'm trying to be empathetic, but shawty, you went to the Army. You went to the worst branch you could ever go to. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you wasn't worthy enough to go to any other branch, but when like, the Army's at the bottom of the fucking pyramid. They take any and everybody. Now, can you be successful in the Army? Absolutely. Absolutely. But at the same time, just because you have that negative experience with the military doesn't mean everybody else gonna have that same experience, bro. And that's why I tell y'all, you know, with my experience, my stories, like, take what I say with a grain of salt and add to your own research. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, even if I did have a negative experience in the Air Force, bro, I would not get on here and try to influence you or, you know, try to scare you or tell you not to go to the military. Because right now, bro, the military is a great option. And I ain't saying that they ain't paying me to say that. I just know what it did to me. And I know what it can do for somebody that was 19 years old. Or that is 19 years old. They don't want to go to school, can't go to school, can't find a job. They're looking for stability. They need a roof over their head. They need to be taken care of. And the military can do that for you, dog. It can do that for you. And so shit, like, I empathize with her, but I don't feel sorry for her, cause shawty, you went to the Army, and there is plenty of people that have thrived in the Army and post-military, post-Army. So I don't be liking like the exposed culture when it comes to military, because I just feel like it's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you do it that way. You know, when I tell y'all, bro, this video wasn't a lick of positive. Not saying that it should be, but you did 6 years and all 6 was just horrible. You know what I'm saying? She goes on to say, yeah, the basic is supposed to, they say basic is supposed to break you down and pick you back up. It ain't supposed to work like that. What you mean? They gotta conform you, they gotta mold you into like the military standards. When you come in as a civilian, you're not a military standard person. So they gotta break old habits and build new ones. You know what I'm saying? If you couldn't handle it, just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the military was good to me. It was good to other people. Do some people have negative experience? Absolutely. But that goes into the branch you go into. Now, I'm not saying the Air Force is just squeaky clean perfect. But I know what she was going through in the Army, the Air Force would never. The Air Force is too player of a branch to do goofy stuff like that. But do they do goofy stuff? Absolutely. I mean, it's humans in the military. So humans do goofy things. But hell no. Hell no. Once, I ain't gonna lie, once you said, yeah, I did 6 years Army, I said, oh yeah, I already know where this goes. Because if you just scroll TikTok, you're gonna see a way more more people complain about the Army than you gonna see Navy, Marines, or Air Force, and that's a fact. So when you get a bottom of the totem, whatever, when you get that branch, bro, expect some bullshit because you went to a bullshit ass branch. I'm sorry. Like, I get everybody has their branch preference, and everybody can't get into the Air Force, and that's unfortunate, and it really is. Hold on. But when you think about the Army, bro, it's like a daycare. I ain't gonna say daycare. It's like a what's them places you take your dogs and stuff to fuck, whatever. But the Army treats its people like dogs. So what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna get into all the other allegations you said, but cause that, I ain't finna speak on that. I ain't finna have no opinion on that because I didn't experience that. So I'm not finna say she lying or none of that. I'm just gonna continue to empathize with her. If she telling the truth, she telling the truth. If she not, that ain't for me to, decide. But yeah, nah, dog. Just because you have a negative experience in the military, bruh, don't try to deter or scare or de-influence somebody that may be potentially think about it, that may potentially need that, just because you had a bad experience, bro. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. That's why I always tell y'all, yeah, listen to me, but also do your own research. And I don't have no reason to lie to y'all. I did 6 years. That's a lot of days. That's a lot of time away. And I did it from 19 to 25, which are the most important years of a man. I grew up in the military, essentially. So like I said, do bad things happen in the military, man? Absolutely. But bad things happen everywhere. Bad things happen at home, your hometown. Some of y'all stay in the hood right now trying to escape. You tired of hearing sirens and gunshots and this and that. And some people just looking for a way out. They looking for a reset. And I'm gonna tell you right now, forget what Shawty said in her video. No, that was mean, pal. That was mean. But the military was my way out. And I stand on that, bro. I stand on that. I am perfectly fine. I mean, do I got wear and tear on my body? I mean, yeah. But shit, I'm okay. I'm healthy. She talking about the VA gonna take a long time with your claim. Do you know how many people trying to get VA claims? She making it seem like it's gonna be a 1 day process. No. I don't know, man. I seen that video. I said, man, hell no. And here's another thing I want to tell y'all. If and when y'all having a bad experience, bro, don't get on the internet trying to expose that shit. Yeah, you gonna get the engagement that you want for at that time, but that video hype is gonna die down, right? And what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's called whatever. But once you put something on the internet, it's with you forever. It stays with you forever, and you just never know who's watching. Never know who's watching. And I can't stand when people say you join the white man's army. Bro, you working at a job that's owned by white man. What's the difference? You going to these white people schools. What's the difference? Man, don't piss me off on this Thursday. Shit. But yeah, I had to get that off my chest. Let me go to the gym. Let me know about this conversation, this topic in the comments. I'm gonna put the link to the video in the comments as well if I remember to. And I'll check y'all next one.